The holidays are supposed to be like all about joy and togetherness, right? But for a lot of people, it can actually be, well, kind of a lonely time.
Yeah, that's a really important point.
And that's actually what we're going to be unpacking today in this deep dive.
Hmm.
The LPot community and it's called the Community Outreach and Acts of Kindnesses Initiative.
Interesting.
It's specifically designed to combat loneliness during the holidays.
Yeah, it's fascinating how they've really tapped into this kind of overlooked aspect of the holidays.
Right.
The need to extend kindness and connect with people who might be feeling isolated, especially during this time of year.
Yeah, and what I really love is that they give you so many practical ways to like actually do something about it.
Right.
Even if you're super busy, which, most people are during the holidays.
Exactly, yeah.
They've got a whole range of options from like big high impact actions to those, smaller everyday gestures.
It's like they've created like a whole menu of kindness, basically. Something for everyone to choose from.
Exactly. So let's dive in, maybe starting with something that can make a really huge difference.
Right.
Donating to local causes.
Right.
You know, think about the food banks, making sure that families can, have a holiday meal.
Yeah.
Or the shelters providing, warmth and necessities for people who might not have a place to go. Or even toy drives. That can bring a little joy to kids who might otherwise go without.
Yeah, and what's so powerful about that approach, I think, is that it kind of tackles some of the root causes of loneliness, like poverty and lack of access to resources. So by donating to these organizations, you're not just providing material support, but you're also showing these people that they're not forgotten.
Yeah.
That someone cares about their well-being.
And it's not just about like writing a check either, right?
Mhm.
It's about that sense of solidarity.
Right, exactly.
That we're all in this together kind of feeling.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that loneliness isn't just an individual experience. It's often connected to these, bigger systemic issues that require, collective action to really address.
Okay, so that's like the go big option.
Mm-hmm.
But LPOT also emphasizes those smaller pay it forward actions.
Yeah,
That can have a really surprising ripple effect.
totally.
I mean, we've all heard those heartwarming stories like buying a coffee for the person behind you in line,
Yeah.
or leaving a kind note for a neighbor, or sharing like your awesome baking skills in somebody.
Right.
There's actually a really fascinating psychological phenomenon at play here. It's called the helper's high.
Okay.
And studies have shown that acts of kindness actually trigger the release of endorphins in the brain.
Leading to feelings of happiness and well-being. So you're not only brightening someone else's day, but you're also boosting your own mood in the process.
So being kind is actually good for my health.
Exactly.
I'm in. Sign me up.
It's a win-win situation.
I like it.
And the beauty of these pay it forward acts is that they often inspire others to do the same.
Yeah.
Creating this kind of chain reaction of positivity.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
It's like that idea that a single pebble can create ripples that spread across like a whole pond.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got donations and paying it forward. What else does LPOT suggest?
Well, they also highlight something we often overlook, especially in our digital age.
Okay.
The power of a handwritten message.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine receiving a heartfelt card or letter,
Yeah.
just reminding you that someone's thinking of you and that they care.
It's so true.
It's a tangible expression of kindness that can really brighten someone's day, especially someone who might be feeling isolated.
Yeah, it's so true. We're so used to emails and texts these days,
Right.
that getting like a handwritten note,
Yeah.
it feels so special. Like,
It's true.
like a little piece of someone's time and attention.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that LPOT even acknowledges that. Like even a simple text message or social media post can make a difference.
Yeah.
It's about using, whatever tools we have to reach out and let people know that they're not alone.
Yeah, it's a clever way to leverage technology for good, I mean,
Yeah.
they're recognizing that while social media can sometimes contribute to feelings of isolation, right? It can also be a really powerful tool for connection, especially for people who might be, geographically isolated or have difficulty, socializing in person.
It's just not about like demonizing technology. It's about using it thoughtfully
Exactly.
and intentionally to foster those human connections.
That's it.
Okay, so we've covered donations, paying it forward, kind messages. What other gems are in LPot's kindness treasure chest?
Oh, there's more. Well, if you're looking for like a more hands-on approach, LPot really encourages volunteering your time.
Yeah.
Think about all the opportunities, especially during the holidays,
Right.
helping out at soup kitchens or participating in community events.
Yeah.
Or even offering companionship at senior centers, things like that.
Volunteering is like such a powerful way to give back and connect with others. It's not just about, providing practical support,
Right.
but it's also about like that human connection,
Yeah.
that sense of shared purpose that can be so meaningful,
Exactly.
especially, for people who might be feeling alone.
Precisely. And, research has actually shown that volunteering has numerous benefits for the volunteers themselves, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it can reduce stress, it can boost self-esteem.
Wow.
And it can even improve physical health.
So volunteering is basically a superpower.
Yeah, pretty much.
It helps others.
Yeah.
And it's good for you.
Exactly.
What's not to love?
And what's particularly impactful about LPot's emphasis on volunteering is that it really encourages us to think beyond ourselves,
Right.
to look around our communities and see where our time and our skills can make a real difference.
Totally. It's about being present, being aware of the needs of others, and just stepping up to offer a helping hand.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even about, organized events
Right.
or these grand gestures,
Yeah.
LPot also highlights those kind of spontaneous acts of kindness
Oh, yeah.
that can just happen in everyday life.
Well-
Shoveling snow for an elderly neighbor, helping someone with groceries,
Yeah.
offering a ride to someone who needs it.
Yeah.
These seemingly small acts can have a huge impact on someone's day,
It's true.
especially, someone who might be struggling.
It's like those random acts of kindness, you
Yes.
see them online all the time,
Uh-huh.
where someone does something totally unexpected and it just like,
Yeah.
makes someone's whole week.
And, those acts often go viral.
Yeah.
Precisely because they tap into our shared desire for connection and compassion.
Yep.
They remind us that even in a world that can sometimes feel impersonal and isolating, there's still room for kindness and human connection.
Okay, so we've got a whole menu of kindness options here.
We do.
Donations, paying it forward, kind messages,
Yeah.
volunteering, and those everyday acts of kindness.
Right.
But how do we like keep that momentum going?
Yeah.
How do we inspire others to get involved and make kindness a regular habit?
Well, that's where the LPot, the community aspect comes in.
Okay.
They've created this fantastic online space where people can, share their stories, encourage each other, and basically just celebrate kindness in all its forms.
Right. They have that it's called the #KindnessStories channel on Discord,
Yes.
where people can, post about what they've done, what they've witnessed.
Yeah.
And even just, how spreading a little kindness make them feel.
It's like a virtual high five
Yeah.
for doing good.
I love it.
And it's a really smart strategy because it turns these, individual acts into a collective experience
Right.
by sharing our stories. I mean, not only inspire others to do the same, but we also create this sense of community, this feeling that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves.
And it's not just about, online interaction either.
Right.
LPot also hosts these virtual gatherings
They do.
where people can, connect in real time, share their experiences, and basically support each other in their kindness journey.
It's like a virtual support group for being awesome.
Exactly.
And, these gatherings are especially valuable for people who might be, geographically isolated or who find it, difficult to connect with others, in person.
So it's like LPot is creating this online ecosystem of kindness.
It is.
Where people can connect, they can share, they can inspire, and basically just amplify the positive impact of all these individual acts.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It really is. And what strikes me most about this whole initiative is that it's not just about addressing loneliness during the holidays.
Right.
It's about cultivating a more compassionate and connected society year round.
Totally. It's like LPot is planting these seeds of kindness
Yes,
that can, grow and flourish long after the holidays are over.
that's a great way to put it.
It's about creating a world where everyone feels seen and valued and connected, no matter what time of year it is.
That's the goal?
Wow. This has been such a heartwarming deep dive.
Yes.
It feels like LPot has really cracked the code on how to, make a real difference, especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
And so many people are feeling isolated.
What's so inspiring is that it's not about like some grand complicated plan. It's
Yeah.
about these small everyday acts of kindness that anyone can do.
Yeah, you don't need a ton of time or money to make someone feel seen and valued.
It's true.
It's really just about shifting our perspective a little bit
Yeah.
and being more mindful of the people around us.
Exactly. And recognizing that, a simple smile or a kind word or just offering a helping hand,
Yeah.
these things can have a really profound impact
It's
on someone who might be feeling invisible.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into LPot's community outreach and acts of kindnesses initiative, I'm left with this thought. What's one small act of kindness that you can do today to make someone's holiday season a little brighter?
It could be something as simple as, reaching out to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while.
Yeah.
Or offering a genuine compliment to a stranger. Or just holding the door open for someone,
Yeah, it's about those little sparks of connection.
Exactly.
That can, brighten someone's day.
Yeah.
And remind them that they matter. And who knows, maybe your act of kindness will inspire someone else to do the same.
It's true.
And those ripples of compassion will just keep spreading.
That's the hope.
Remember, the holidays are a time for giving.
Yeah.
And sometimes the most valuable gifts are the ones that come from the heart.
Absolutely.
So let's all join the LPod community
Yeah.
in making this season one of connection, compassion, and shared humanity.
Beautifully said.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.